We're called to raise up a what? Can't hear you. Because nothing is truly yours until you understand it. These young cats back here, man, I don't know how old y'all are, but I wish I had known Christ when I was y'all age. I had no idea that Christ was the Father's Son when I was growing up, when I was y'all age. I got saved my junior year in college, and God taught me two things. He taught me that everything he does for a purpose. You guys were created before you got in your mother's womb. Your gifts and your future has already been planned for you. And when you give your life to Christ, God gets his spirit in you so you can hear him and he can guide you. When he guides you and you get on his path, everybody starts coming alive to help you. He's created people to help you. He's giving you grace and favor to help you. When I hear guys say, man, I can't get any customers for my business, you know what? I want to know, are you supposed to be in business? First thing. Why? Because if I'm where I'm supposed to be, he's going to send the customers. Okay, here's a deep question for all my nosy ladies that's listening. I got a question for you. How did the animals get to the ark, Noah's ark? How did the animals get to the ark? How did the animals get to the ark, Steve? How did the animals get to the ark? Did Noah build that ark and then have an animal whistle? How did the animals get to the ark? Can't hear you. What was Noah's responsibility? Build the ark. Build the ark. That's your job. Take care and be responsible for your family if you got kids. And if you'll be responsible, God will help you. He'll pay some bills for you. Come on, man. The world is dark. We light. But it's easy to go get in the cut and be back dark. He said, let that light so shine. Not judgment, but you telling people, man, you can get past this, Bernard. Come on, man. I don't know what you're going through, but you're going to make it through. I'm saying, man, you're going to get through this. That's what I did with my teammates. We work together. We challenge each other. Isaac Brew, we having battles out there, man. Torrey Hope, we having battles out there. Why? So this next joker that got a different uniform on, we getting ready to tear this joker up. Why? Because we challenge each other. Some of y'all don't have nobody around you that say something to you. And if they do say something, you got your lip poked out and you blow up like a bullfrog. Let me tell you a secret. The way to life is correction. Reproofs of correction is the way of life. And if you're not being corrected in your life, I can tell you right now, you living far below what God has for you. Nobody can tell you nothing. Your wife been trying to tell you something. And how you want to know if God talking to you? If you got different people telling you the same thing, God talking to you. Anybody come in the back, again, sit them in the back because it's distracting. I need y'all on the post back there. This is very important, man. They got people in here, you could change your whole generations. My dad in one generation changed our family from an education standpoint. He's the first one on both sides of his family to get a college degree. I'm one of the first to get saved. So I've changed our lineage as relates to spiritual. My dad did it from an education standpoint. I'm telling you right now, God will change your family, generation, in one generation. One generation. One generation. One generation. One generation. You didn't get saved to be no religious joker, man. Talking about you're a Christian but living crazy. He said, come out now. He said stuff like, come out from among them. When I walked on the football team my junior year in college, I didn't hang around my boys when we were drinking and hanging out at halftime because I walked on the football team my junior year in college a week before the season started, HBCU. So I found out I had a purpose. I wasn't playing football. I was following my brother getting an accounting degree. And I got an accounting degree, but I don't even like numbers. So I learned you can become successful at the wrong stuff. That's why so many people waste time. They owe college student loans. And a lot of them changed their majors. Because you spend all this time on social media, all my young cats, you spend all your time on social media and you're learning about other people and you're not spending time learning about yourself. Once I knew Achilles and Aeneas, that's my brother. We different. Fathers, stop trying to make your children in your image. You got to find out who they are. I've said this before. I got 2 older brothers. My 2 older brothers, Malcolm was class president. Malcolm, my oldest brother, he's a master plumber. Achilles is the guy I was following, my idol. He's 18 months older. My mom would dress all 3 of us. Malcolm and Achilles came back to the house after school exactly like they were dressed. Not me. I came back, my shoes ripped up, my pants stained up. Not because something was wrong with me. I was different. Your value is in your difference. And everything, TV, social media, trying to get everybody to be somebody else. Your value is where? In your difference. They kicked me out of Incarnate Word Catholic school in 3rd grade. 3rd grade. Called my parents and said, the older 2 can stay, but he got to go. Why? At that time, the Catholic schools did not know about the different ways people learn. They didn't know I wasn't the type of kid to sit at a desk all day. My brother, give him a calculator, he'll stay at a desk. Pastor Sim, he like all that desk stuff too. Mortgage, you like all that, don't you? See, sit at a desk, he'd be there all day. You give me a desk, I'm trying to toss it. Why? I know who I am now. Sometimes, at some point, you got to get to your life where you stop trying to be somebody else. And submit your life to God and let God mold you. I don't stand here a perfect man. I stand here a man, I'm going to get ready to finish this, a man under authority. And if you don't get under authority, authority, by the way, is God's plan to protect your life. Authority is God's plan to protect I can't tell you how many, probably gunshots, how many things my father saved me and my brothers from. I have at least 7 friends I grew up with that are dead. Some of my cousin Avery laying on across the tracks dead. You don't think that stuff impact you? But I had a father who held us accountable. Authority is God's plan to protect your life. And just because you old don't mean you not supposed to be under somebody's authority. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? How many of y'all are running footloose and fancy free? Nobody can tell you nothing. I can tell you how that's going to end. It's going to end with a bucket of regrets. It's going to end that nobody can tell me nothing. Hey, it's coming. Some things are predictable. If I go to a stadium and there's a track, I'll just stand at the finish line. You coming around? You may look like you're going over here, but you coming right back here. You got it? If you and I, if walking in dark in any area, unless you cry out for God's grace and mercy, I already know where you're coming. You're coming right back to this finish line with a hurt heart or the enemy trying to put something on you instead of you being liberated free. Somebody say no more. No more. I can't hear you. No more. So now, who's the head of every man? Christ. We got that? Y'all got it? And y'all remember what I said earlier? If I'll submit to Christ, he'll make sure everybody underneath me submits to me. So part of your, how are you doing with your children? Man, my children, man, they don't want to talk to me. Really? How you been doing with your Heavenly Father? A lot of times, I want to teach you to self-correct. You can figure out your own problem. You got the people that don't want, man, my coach. Oh, what about you? I get young cats that play in the league or they play in college because everybody think they're going to the pros. So invariably, they were a star in high school, so they think when they get recruited to get a scholarship, they think, I'm going to just go start. They didn't realize they didn't sign 5 quarterbacks, and you the 6th one. And they signed 3 of them, Archie, so the other schools didn't sign them. So they don't even plan to play you. They just want you on the team so you don't be on the other team. But if you save and submit it, guess what God will do? Tom Brady. Some of y'all don't know about Drew Henson. Drew Henson was at the University of Michigan when Tom Brady was there. And Drew Henson was the #1 recruit in football and baseball. Lord Carr of Michigan had given up their mama to get that boy to come to that school. So Tom Brady wasn't going to get any action. I'm just giving you an example. I don't even know if Tom's saved. But what I do know, God will wreck the system for you. We don't even talk about Drew Henson anymore. We just hear about Tom Brady. Don't come telling me what somebody trying to stop you from doing. God said a heart of a king is in his hands. He'll turn. You got to understand, you're not dealing with no man. You're dealing with a person that can give you surgery while you're sitting up and you wide awake. Change your heart. Right now, I'm prophesying some addictions going to just get off of some of y'all. And I know you sitting with your natural mind. Well, how that's going to happen? It's going to happen. I'm speaking it. Stuff some of y'all been dealing with that came from other lineage, I'm calling you set free in this place. I'm calling you set. You are free. And the power of God, you're dealing with cigarettes. You don't need marijuana to go to sleep. You don't need it. You don't need alcohol. You can do it all you want. I'm just telling you, you don't need it. God will help you. Because some of that stuff, if you got alcohol in your lineage, you could be drinking with 5 buddies. The 4 of them walk away. Then you stuck with it. Because you had a propensity toward it because what was in your lineage. So there's certain things you got to be careful with, even though you saved. And even though other Christians, that's why as a Christian, if you do drink and you know your buddies may have a problem with it, you drink in private and drink water while you're with them. Why? Because you love them. You love them. They don't know this doggone curse from the family is in their family. And they thinking, I'm going to just take a Budweiser like my buddy. Next thing you know, they still drinking and don't know what happened. What happened was the curse was still, now they saved. As soon as they know about the cross and put their trust in the cross, guess what's going to happen? They're going to walk in liberty. I'm telling you right now, there are going to be testimonies in this room that some of y'all been dealing with stuff that you've been wanting to get rid of. It's gone now. In Jesus' name. Come on, that's too weak. That's too weak.